What's going on everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is gonna be the first time I'm entering the War of Thrones in a game and I'm so excited. Okay, so you have 5 lineups, you have different titles, and depending on the title you unlocked, you are gonna unlock some teams. So in fact you are gonna have 5 teams, same thing as the championship so far, but it's different because you are gonna have titles instead of tiers such as Diamond and King. So in my opinion for now it's exactly the same, but you are gonna have to apply some buffs to your teams, and you have 6 different buffs. You have 5 teams, so you have to choose the right buff for the team you are gonna set up. If you have a look to the first one, it's a nerf, and over time it's gonna be a buff for your heroes. At the beginning of the fight, you are gonna have 75% less damage dealt on your heroes, and every time they are gonna end the turn, they are gonna get 15% damage increase, up to 10 times. So after 10 turns, they are gonna have 150% damage increase. In fact, no, not really. They are gonna have only 75%. Because you already have the 75% damage reduction. So after 5 turns, you are gonna nullify the effect of the buff, and the 5 next turns are gonna buff your heroes by a bit more. It's pretty funny because there are some that are pretty unique. We didn't have that before in Infinite Magicraid, and look at that one, for example, Sacrifice the Dead. The ally with the lowest amount of speed between your heroes is gonna die at the beginning of the fight and cannot be revived, but all your heroes are gonna get 35% more damage dealt if you have at least 2 heroes deployed. That's interesting. So you have to be careful apparently when you select your buffs, right? Because you don't want your stronger hero to die. And generally, our stronger hero is the one with the lowest amount of speed, right? So we have to be careful using our buffs apparently. Another one, okay, you are gonna get half your HP when you enter the fight, but you are gonna increase the attack of all heroes by 20%. That one looks pretty strong for a tanky team, but over time maybe it's not gonna be that efficient, because at the beginning when you enter the fight, 75% more damage resistance on your heroes. You are gonna nullify 75% of the damage taken, but at the end of every turn on your heroes, you are gonna lower that amount by 5% to up to 0 at most, but it can be great on a tanky team with Sun Wukong, I guess. That one is interesting as well. Reduces all allies damage dealt by 50%, but you are gonna have half more HP cap. This is great if you are planning to use heroes dealing damage over their HP or other tanky teams, because the more the HP, the stronger the shields on your heroes. That one can be really useful. And that one is super dangerous. You want to avoid using that on a weak team, because after you are gonna die with one hero, he's gonna get revived with 100% of his max HP and 30% turn meta, but if the effect is triggered 5 times during the fight, your entire team is gonna be slayed. So be really careful when you want to use that. It's giving a lot of strategic aspect to that game mode. I love that so far. Okay, so we have to begin with setting up our teams. So we need to add more lineups, because I have all my lineups taken for other content and I can't have more lineups for the War of Thrones. Cannot change the filter applied? Okay, so definitely I can't set up my lineups. So where is the content? In Arena? Okay, you have to go in the Arena section. You have different titles. Soldier, Knight, Baron, Discount, Viscount, Count, Marquis, Duke, Prince, King, and Emperor. And you have some season effects. For every one Epic Aura equipped by an ally, increases all allies' damage dealt by 4%. For every one Legend Aura equipped by an ally, increases all damage dealt by 10%. Okay. Okay, so the more the legendary auras, even if it's only 0 star, it's gonna increase a lot the damage of your team, so make sure that you are using at least one on your heroes. This is gonna help you so much, in my opinion. If an ally is equipped with Epic Aura, increases all allies' max HP, cap, attack, and defense by 2% for every 1 star of aura owned. Oh shit, man! I thought it would be okay without any star on auras, but they found a way to force us to get stars on legendary auras. Look at that. Same stats, max HP, attack and defense by 5% for every star of aura owned. Oh man, another pay to win aspect in the new content. And that's heavily pay to win because it costs a lot to have stars on auras, especially on 5 teams, on 5 heroes in 5 teams. It means 25 heroes, 5 stars, so 6 times the aura on 25 heroes. No, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I don't know if it is that much pay to win, to be honest, because it's gonna depend on your guild also. You are gonna get some rewards based on the guild you are in and their victories. So maybe it's great if you have some Krakens in your team, so they are gonna give you some rewards with that, and maybe you are gonna still get a lot of ranks because not many players today have 5 stars on 25 heroes auras, right? I guess, not me in fact. If you are curious to know, these are my legendary auras. I have a 5-star, 441000025555552. So let's count the number of auras I do have. I have only 16 auras, legendary auras, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5 stars. So in total, if I count the stars, I have 46 stars in total on my legendary auras. And I have only a few epic ones because most of them are useless. So let me do some math. 25 heroes multiplied by 5. 125 stars to get the maximum amount of buffs, and I have only 46. I'm a Kraken. So that's impressive, the difference of stats you can have. Imagine 125 and multiply that by 5 just to see the difference in stats you are gonna have on heroes. So if I do 125 multiplied by 5, players with 25 maxed stars aura are gonna get 625% more HP, attack, and defense. 625. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. We will never be able to beat some players. Let me do the math for my own account. 46 multiplied by 5, I'm gonna get 230%. The guy in front is gonna have 400% more. So if I fight against, I don't know if we are gonna fight against our guildmates though, but if I have to fight against Bailey, he's just gonna have 400% more stats. 4 times my stats. That's cool. So I think that I'm gonna be far away from being in the top 10 in that content. So whatever, we don't care. Let's have a look to the rewards. Okay, you have 3 kind of rewards, and first of all, let's have a look to the battle rewards. Depending on your rank, on your title, in fact, it's not going to change anything to your battle rewards. You are going to get exactly the same merit points and gold. I don't know what it is designed that way though, but why not? So 100 gold, 100k gold per battle if you win, I guess, and 5 crowns. And with the crowns you have the merit chest as well. You can have all the rewards inside of it every 14 days, so every 2 weeks in fact. A bit more summons, a bit more experience, an epic blessing. Okay, it would have been better to be a legendary blessing though. You have that. Legendary piece of gear of your choice, that's great, and some more summons and echoes, okay, and then you are gonna have a ranking in your guild depending on your merits. Then you have some first promotion rewards. You are gonna be able to acquire that only one time, but I don't know, I think it's gonna last 2 weeks, the content. Every season we are gonna have 2-week seasons, and on each season you can unlock these rewards as well. So you are gonna get the legendary blessing there, so that's cool. You get more food, more summons, more scrolls, more experience, and you get one of these chests every 2 weeks if you can reach the Emperor title. I don't know if it is going to be hard to reach that, but if you can reach that, you are going to get that chest and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome to get that every 2 weeks, right? Look at that. You can have the rune number 12 inside, the new aura, that's cool. And then the season settlement rewards. So at the end of every 2 weeks, depending on your rank, on your title, you are gonna get some extra rewards. So let's see that, some rune chests. And if you are at least Duke, every 2 weeks you are gonna get one of these chests. So this is gonna be awesome. This is basically gonna be the best source of auras you are gonna have in the game every 2 weeks. And if you're Emperor, you are gonna get 3 times that chest. I love that. But is it gonna be hard to be Emperor? And look at all the experience for echoes you are gonna get. Even if you are only Duke, even if you are there, look at that, 20k experience for echo 10 times. If you are only Marquis, this is great. I love that so far. The rewards are great. So you have to be careful with the lineups, because if you don't set your lineups, then it's gonna define your lineups this way, and so probably you are gonna lose some battles and ranks. So be careful, make sure that you are setting up your lineups, otherwise look at that, it's setting your lineups randomly, so I have to make some room in my lineups. So in fact, you know what, I'm gonna change my team. I'm gonna use that one instead first, because I'm gonna use that buff instead. It's gonna reduce my damage by 75% at the beginning, but over time I'm gonna get more damage. So if I survive a lot, and this is the goal of that team, they are gonna start taking insane amount of damage. But I'm gonna need someone to cleanse, otherwise it might be really hard to survive using that team. Okay, and so that was only the preparation period. So in fact, it's gonna start tomorrow. So I am still really excited to see the content, man. I want it now. I want it now. So that was all for the video. We are gonna have to wait until tomorrow to try the content for the first time, but at least we were able to set up our lineups. I don't know yet if it is gonna be useful, but yeah, this is the best lineup I think I have, because it's gonna deal a lot of damage over time, and we are not gonna start with the Baron or the Marquis tier, so this is the one I'm gonna use with that buff, because it's gonna reduce my damage by 75% at the beginning and increase my damage over time by 15% each turn, up to 10 times, and so over time that team is gonna start dealing high damage, especially with Jingle Bell inside, if I can survive some turns. So I think that that team is gonna be great for the start, and then we are gonna have my speed teams, and they are working well, I guess they are, and then some other kind of teams, but this is gonna be a bit different. And then for that one I'm gonna use the damage resistance, because I want to survive on the first turns, and then I want to kill enemies. Okay, this is the way I want to go, and I think this is the good way to go. You know what? Instead, I'm gonna use that instead. This is gonna be better in my opinion. So I have to set up my smart casting, and then with that team I should have a bit more damage with her. So if I am able to play, because I'm not sure, I have no turn meta increase in my team, so maybe it's not gonna work well. So I have maybe to work again on my teams, and there I am using that one to increase the attack of my heroes by 20%. They are gonna lose some HP at the beginning, but it's okay. I'm gonna get the 50% HP increase thanks to Pauline and Nicholas to protect my heroes with the apple, so I can cleanse just in case, but I won't be able to control enemies really fast. I mean, I don't have any Popper or Space or Asindo in the team. There I am gonna have both, so it might be cool to use them. Or should I change something? Should I use my faction instead to get more speed at the beginning? I think I'm gonna change something in the team. Maybe I should try to use something like that. So if I can freeze them, I can perma-freeze them with Nicholas. That team is gonna be more consistent. And with Space in there, I'm gonna have more turn meta increase. And so it might be cool to use that. Yes? I think this is a good way to start the battle. I'm gonna change something more. Instead of Quinlan, I'm gonna put Space, and then I'm gonna use my faction there, because he's also gonna get an extra turn meta at the beginning of the fight, and so it's gonna help me a lot. So now I have to set up my teams. That's gonna be cool, I guess. I can't wait tomorrow to do my first battle. So I really do hope that enemies are not gonna have too many auras with stars, otherwise they are gonna be 100% really impossible to beat. Oh man, and the smart casting new feature is just amazing. Look at the hell of it. I just have to click on that icon and then it adds that, and I can select the number of times I want my hero to use the skill. And you know on what hero is it gonna be absolutely game changer? On Melchior, of course, because Melchior is a totally different hero than others, okay? He is just insane now thanks to the new smart casting we have. For example, you know that he has 3 skills without any cooldown, so before the smart casting wasn't working with him. But that time you can choose the skills you want to use and how many times. So using that skill 10 times, he is gonna get the highest amount of damage during a boss fight, for example, and then you can concentrate on the first active skill. This is gonna be just insane. It's changing absolutely everything for that guy, so just have to concentrate on that, because once he used that skill 5 times with the level 2 or level 3, it means 10 times in total, he is gonna increase his attack to the highest amount. The same comment if you are using that skill. He's gonna use that time, he's gonna increase with that skill his max HP, and so in some content it can be great as well. So maybe you want to set another counter there. Set the priority to that skill, so maybe using that, he's gonna prioritize doing 10 times that skill, and then once the 10 times for the wave are gonna be over, he's gonna jump to the second skill, use that 10 times, and then focus on the basic attack. It's an amazing thing that has been added to the game. Tell me what do you think about that in the comment below. So let me know in the comment below what do you think about the rewards, about the system, and wish you have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.